So we know that the final days of Joe Wicker as the 13th Doctor and Showrunner's Chris Chibnall's era of Doctor Who is closing to an end, with season 13 being the final season for them. That will come out sometime in the next couple of months, because they say it's 2021. Might guess November, knowing it's only 6 episodes. And and then next year we'll ending the era with 3 specials. So naturally, well, like, okay, 2023 onwards. I mean, it's the 6th year anniversary, for God's sakes, like in 2023. So who's going to be the new showrunner? So we're all speculating and speculating and speculating, and who's the new doctor? We keep speculating. And for me, when it comes to the showrunner is more important, because knowing the showrunner, what they have done in the past, and a sense of a sense of idea, and basically knowing what they have done in the past gives you an idea if the doctor's going to be male or female, if the doctor's going to be a different be a person of ethnicity, all those questions. But here's the thing: we never really speculate about showrunners returning, and I don't know if this happened in the classic series, but it's come out and they have announced who's the new showrunner, and it's Davies, who brought the show back in 2005. He's the guy who revived the show, and he's going to be the new showrunner. It says Davies will make a explosive return to the screens and celebrate the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who in 2023. And series beyond, BBC Studios are partnering with Bad Wolf to produce. I guess Bad Wolf is his adopted company. And my thoughts of it was reading it, like, I just went on Facebook. I just, like, literally, the first thing that was on the page was this article, and I went because your head's like, okay, that's not what we would think. We would think they'll probably get some person who has watched the show before, or some unknown, like probably some big name in Britain, and that someone might have seen a show of, and a show or two. Like, probably people didn't know who Chris Chibnall was, but the Silver Orchard, that whole thing. And knowing he's come back, the guy responsible for reviving, it makes sense business wise. It is a trend, really, with shows. Like, a big trend right now is reviving series. Roseanne got a revived series. Dexter's getting a revived series. Sex and the City is getting a revived series. Will and Grace is getting a revived series. Got a revived series. Sorry. I'm surprised that Friends hasn't got a revived series. Like, all Full House did one. Like, Cobra Kai in a way got one, but that's kind of like you're just doing Karate Kid 4, but it's a show. So anyway, it's a big trend, and something like Doctor Who, you're like, well, what can we do? We can't just, like, cancel it and, like, revive it. What can we do? Revive it again. Well, we'll just get the guy who did the heyday of the show. So it makes sense business size, and also knowing how divisive the Chibnall one has been. I think having him back makes a sense for their point of view, a sense for fans, a sense of comfort, a sense of, we know this guy has done well. It'd be interesting how much it's going to feel the same, and how much he's going to change things, and how much it's going to feel like season 1 to how much it's going to feel like Rose the End of Time Part 2, and how much it's going to not feel like that. How much repeating itself, because naturally people's heads are going to be like, so you got 50% of you got that one half of the heyday. Is the Doctor going to be the other 50% of the heyday? Is David Tennant going to come back? I don't know. That's going to be the big question now. It's kind of like if, like, Stan Moffat came back, it'll be like, Is Matt Smith going to be the Doctor? Is Peter Capaldi going to come back to be the Doctor? It's going to be a very interesting thing, because I think having this announcement, the door's it's way more open. Way more open. And here's the funny thing is, like, and we all know how much of a mega fan he is, because I watched that show he did a few that came out a few months ago called It's a Sin. It's about the gay. It's about the AIDS crisis in the UK, and out of the blue, 3 Daleks show up, and I'm like, this guy kind of finds a way to sweep Doctor Who and everything. So this is kind of really neat. I mean, here's the thing: you can read the article. You know what? I can send a link below of it. It's just, giving people a little idea, a little bit of background. Chris Chibnall passing the baton again to the same guy. It basically, welcome back and all that kind of thing. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be. I think this is exciting time. Unless you weren't a fan of his one and you prefer Moffat's era, or maybe you are a fan of Chris Chibnall's one. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And I actually always felt like with the 60th, like, even if they did, like, we're doing the 60th, but that's we're doing that beyond, but the new show one is going to do 2024. I actually wouldn't be shocked. I always had the speculation that maybe they'll get someone who has done the show before. I thought they might get Steve Moffat for do the 60th, or someone on this line to do the whole, hey, you did good with the first movie, let's do the second film kind of thing. To get someone done the show before, they do the 60th, they kind of are the showrunner of the special, and then like a off adventure with a certain Doctor from the past, and that's how you do an anniversary type thing. So that's what came in my head. But yeah, comment below what you think of it. It's talk about wee wubby timey wimey. Alon Z.